more material myself, plays with it, or I like to have a chip on my shoulder. So it's just
สบายดีอันนี้ช่องพระดอนแฟมิลี่
what Cincinnati's mayor had to say about Mahomes and the Chiefs and things of that nature. And they were so professional throughout the week. They didn't say much about it, but oh my, did Travis Kelce have something to say after the AFC Championship? I guess it's okay if I say he called him a jabroni. Is that okay on live television?
I think it's been done over and over and over, so I think it is now okay. And we'll see if we get the reference again. But, you know, I think you make an excellent point in terms of perspective of what it took for these guys to get here. And you call it bulletin board material, but there were a lot of pundits who said that the Chiefs were going to regress. They were going to come back to the pack. There were a lot who said they're not the best team in the AFC West, never mind the AFC or the entire NFL. And they heard it. And they heard it loud and clear, and Patrick Mahomes referenced it. And it was, I think that was a part of the motivation. And I know that what happened 2 years ago when they got smoked by the Buccaneers in the previous Super Bowl was motivation. And I know that what happened last year when they lost the lead and Joe Burrow and the Bengals came back to beat him in the AFC Championship game at Arrowhead Stadium, that stayed with them all year. And you could tell it was a quiet confidence, but they were bound and determined to prove the doubters wrong. It's cliche, but they were 1,000%. They were determined to prove the doubters wrong. And they had that. That was why I like the Chiefs to win this Super Bowl. Because I honestly think that talent-wise, this was a true coin flip. These were the two best teams in the league. And I think on any given day, if they play 10 times, maybe they go 5-5. But in this game, on this stage, X factors matter. And that was the X factor for the Chiefs. They wanted it more. Nothing less than a Super Bowl championship was going to suffice this year. And they were the only team in the NFL that could say anything less than a Super Bowl win this season's a failure, right? That's bold. You can't, 31 other teams couldn't say that. They said it, and they backed it up. As we take a look at Patrick Mahomes now getting ready to disembark. And they're coming around this last corner, and these guys have got to be starting to think about their speeches because, I mean, let's be honest, how much of this is pre-scripted, right? We're TV, we know. If you're going up there, you got some idea what you're going to say, but you don't really know what you're going to say to these 500,000+ people until you say it.
And that's true. And they have some spirits. They've been able to get, or two. Well, I'll put it this way. They've had quite a bit of fun throughout this ride through this area. And so when they get on stage, there's no telling what you're going to hear. But what I'd like to also add to it, and I know we're here celebrating, who wants to talk about the economic impact, but this has to have a huge economic impact as well for the city of Kansas City. And I think they've done a phenomenal job just in terms of, you know, I know they've got 19 different law enforcement agencies out here, but I haven't heard of or seen of any issues.
No.
And then even with the child reunification centers and things of that nature, just making sure that it's well run, because the worst thing that you want to happen is for you to get out here, there be an incident that causes you to go from celebrating to, you know, have a situation where
the crowd is condensing. Now the good news is, if you want some space and you want to hang out to the east of Union Station, it's getting clearer and clearer down there because everybody's coming west. Everybody's heading toward the stage, and this is where you worry about, you know, people getting packed in a little too tightly because you can only do so much crowd control.
That's
and
true.
They are coming. They are definitely coming.
It's that time, I guess. It is definitely that time.
So, Brad Carolyn, you know, we're only getting one vantage point here, but you guys have seen this kind of morph from what it was 2 hours ago to what it is now. Can you feel it even back in the studio? Can you kind of get the sense as we do that we're building to the crescendo?
Yes, this is building. This crowd, no doubt, probably quadrupled here in the last hour. Amazing sea of people have converged now on Union Station when you really pull back and see it from this vantage point. Boy, look at that crowd build. But those screens are really going to pay off this time around, so everyone can get a glimpse of these players, at least via those screens down the middle.
Yeah, everyone around you becomes your immediate best friend.
It's welcome body to the last.